You're trying to decide between the Medela Magic versus Medela Motion wearable breast pumps, then this video is for you. I am going to walk you through all the key differences between these two Medela pumps so you can decide if the Medela Magic InBra premium wearable breast pump is a better choice for you versus the Medela Motion. So let's get started and take a look at some of these key differences. And we're going to start with the suction because this really is the most important difference between these two pumps, in my opinion. So in terms of modes, they both have your two stimulation and expression modes. So your stimulation are the short suctions for initiating your letdown, and your expression are the longer, drawn out suctions for drawing out your breast milk. So your Medela Motion follows the classic Medela two-phase expression pattern with both the stimulation and expression modes. It has 9 adjustable suction levels. So it can go up to level 9. You can easily adjust it. You can easily switch between the two modes. So this is your stimulation. And if you listen, you can hear those quick, short suctions versus your expression, which are those longer, drawn out suctions. Now the Magic also has the two modes. It does differentiate though. It has 5 different suction levels for your stimulation and then the 10 for your expression. So it's got an additional suction level for your expression mode. Both of these pumps are up to 300 millimeters of mercury in suction strength, but where the Magic really differs is it uses FluidFeel technology. So this is designed to maintain a milk around the nipple area during your suction. So in here, you will have a little bit of breast milk pulling, and that is what this pump is designed to do. Now, the concept behind that is it allows milk to remain around the nipple instead of immediately drawing away. The tissue stays more moist in a lubricated state. So it's designed to improve the overall comfort and maintain that suction at stronger levels. Basically, they're trying to mimic what your baby does with their mouth, with a little bit of breast milk inside. The other cool thing that the Magic does that your Motion doesn't is your Motion has your pulsed suction. So it rises, then comes back down to 0, rises, and then back down to 0, rises, back down to 0. But with the Magic, it's got a more modulated vacuum. So it goes up, and instead of dropping all the way back down to 0 again, it actually holds the vacuum. So then it goes up and then back down, but not back down to 0. So up, and back down, up and back down. And so that partial drop in practice just makes it feel less jerky at the higher levels, and it gives it this smoother vacuum feel. It can also feel like a deeper suction because it's more consistent. So at the peak strengths, they're the same, but your Medela Magic might give you a stronger suction feel overall. So if you prefer the classic pulsed up, down, your Medela Motion is your option. If you prefer more that modulated vacuum, that continuous vacuum feel, then the Magic is your better option. Now, the other huge advantage of the Magic is that it comes with Medela family app integration. So you can remotely control your pump via the app. Great for discretion. If you're at work and you just want to tap on your phone, you can easily control your pump, turning it on and off. Love that it has that option. You do not get that with the Motion. So in terms of design, you can see here that they are actually quite different. The Medela Magic is a lot smaller. It has this beautiful teardrop shape. It's even got this slight curve for where it sits against your breast, just to give it an even better fit versus the Motion, which you can see has got this straight line. It's a semicircle shape. Overall, it's a lot larger. It's also quite a bit heavier in terms of flanges as well. So you have this hard silicone flange. It's actually really quite simple in design, which does make it great for cleaning. You only really have the 3 parts to clean, which is a massive plus for me with the Motion. Really simple to use and to put together. If I do that. So I do love this aspect. With the Magic, it does become a little bit more complex. Sorry, it's always a bit harder to do this when you're on camera and not looking properly. So with the Magic, it is a little bit more complex. It has a screw on. You'll see there are a lot more parts to this. All the parts, they're actually really quite stiff to get on. You will see there are a few other influencers that have reported the same thing. So there are a lot more parts to this. This one actually is a pouring lock on it that you need to drag down. So something to remember. Great pouring spout on it though. So it does make it nice and easy. Here with the flange, now this one's really tricky to pop in and out. It's really firm. But in saying that, I really do like that it's got the nice, easy to use flange. You just have a lot more of these silicone parts that come with the Motion. That's your pump motor. But again, it is really nice and streamlined. So that is a big advantage and something to consider. But there are more parts. There are more soft silicone parts that will wear with your Motion versus to just the 3 parts with the Motion versus the Magic. Okay, in terms of flange design, so both of the harder silicone, you do have a really nice long tunnel with the Medela Magic, so that can be great. Both are actually really good. One thing I do really love though, when we're talking flanges with the Magic, if you press play, yep, come on. No, sorry, you got to choose which side. It has these inbuilt lights, so you can easily see how well your nipple is aligned. Love this little visual window here, so you can quickly glance down and see where you're at with your milk. This is versus the Motion where you have no visual cue. Makes it a little bit harder to make sure your nipple is aligned, which is really important with a wearable. So definitely something to consider, especially if you are new to pumping with a wearable. Having this flange nipple alignment is crucial. You do get, with the Motion, you do get a spare flange insert. So it comes with the 24 and the 21. You will need to purchase other sizing if these do not fit. With the Medela Motion, however, you do have flange inserts that come with it. So it's a 24 millimeter flange and then your smaller flange sizes. I do really love this. They simply just push in, and as long as they're nice and flat, they are great. And will reduce this flange tunnel to the size of your flange insert. So great if you need to have smaller flange sizing. With the Motion, these flange inserts actually fit really nicely. One thing to consider is because the milk pools at the bottom of this tunnel, may or may not be a comfort issue, but the Medela flange inserts seem to fit really lovely with this. So there are flange inserts available. Okay, in capacity, they are both around the 5 ounces. Would say you'd probably get a little bit more with the Medela Motion, but very similar. Battery life, again, very similar. You do get slightly more with the Medela Magic, up to 2 hours per charge versus 100 minutes with your Motion. So an extra pumping session potentially with the Magic, depending on your settings. One other really big difference, and I know a lot of mums like having a really quiet pump in terms of discretion and pumping at work. So I'm going to put this up to the top level for the Motion. Now, if I compare that, I'll swap over. Don't know if you can even hear how quiet this is. So with the Magic, it's approximately 38 decibels, whisper quiet. Your Motion's around the 45, which is still really great for a wearable. Bit of background noise and you won't hear this, but the Motion is definitely a lot quieter. So in terms of pricing, now the Motion is designed as a more basic wearable breast pump. The Magic is definitely designed as a premium, and as such, it has a premium price tag. It's around $200 to $300 more. So that is definitely something to think about. What you are getting this nice streamlined design. You get the additionals like the light, you get the app integration, you get that smoother suction, and it's obviously quieter, so you're going to get a lot more discretion and potentially output with the Medela Magic. So which one should you choose? Medela Magic if you want that app control and tracking. If you prefer that smoother, deeper, almost continuous suction with your pumping, you value your discretion. You want to be able to use your pump remotely. You want that whisper quiet. And if budget isn't your main constraint, then I do think that out of these two pumps, the Medela Magic is a fantastic choice. However, if you are just looking for a nice budget pump, you prefer having manual controls, you have your really nice LED screen on your pump, which you don't have with the Magic. So if you prefer having the manual, you don't think you're going to use an app, and budget's an issue, then I would go with the Motion, because they are two very different pumps. Both though are quite powerful, both have the great Medela name. It really just comes down to what is going to work best for you. All right, so that is the Medela Magic versus the Medela Motion. If you have any questions, please ask and I'll do my best to answer. And if you loved this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help. And if you want more comparisons, how-to guides for your pumping needs, then please hit that subscribe. Cheers.